Go to it.
I will cut it on later.
Alright, cool.
Cut it on now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna start staying.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We can just wait on Harrison whenever, or he'll catch up whenever he gets in here.
Crack the door.
Good idea. All right. So today we're going to talk about World War I propaganda techniques. We're going to, I have a video for y'all to watch in a minute, but before we start doing that, Miss Mathers was telling me that y'all finished up World War I yesterday. So who's involved in World War I? Like, who are the two sides?
The Central Powers.
Who's in that?
It's a lot. Germany, Austria-Hungary, Ottoman Empire, Bulgaria.
Yep. Yeah, so that's the Central Powers. Who's the other people?
Britain, Russia, Romania,
And?
And the U.S.
U.S.
And there's one more. What? Italy, yeah. That's the last one.
Serbia too, sorry.
Good job, guys. So what ended World War I? When did that happen?
It's happened in 1919.
1918. Close. But
It was signed in
no, you're good. It's all
the
good.
first
Okay. School.
in school.
Okay, so we're gonna. Where's the clicker? The what's? Oh, sorry. Okay, oh no, you're good. I think it's You're good. Okay, so this video we're gonna watch that Miss Mothers is gonna pull up. It's a Looney Tunes video, so this actually aired like on TV. It's like a Saturday morning cartoon kind of thing. So just keep that in mind whenever you watch it. There's gonna be a couple things that are in there that are characteristic of World War I. So just be on the lookout for those, and then we're going to talk about them afterwards.
Sounds good.
So.
I apologize because hold on, let me talk real quick. Yeah, it's not, yeah, I think it's gonna work. It's just gonna,
Sounds bad, I thought.
here we go.
All right, so what kind of stuff from World War I did you guys see in that? Trench warfare. Okay, so like what specifically? Like other than just being in the trenches? Yeah.
Like when the dog. Whoa! No!
We don't get to watch that.
We're not watching that.
What'd you say?
Like when the dog was like scratching all the trees.
Mhm.
And they used to get a lot of views because they were all in the trench like somewhere.
Yeah. And what else was down in the trenches?
What else was down there?
Yeah.
Rats.
There was
Yeah.
Rats,
feces.
dead body. Yeah, all of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
stuff.
The helmets.
The helmets. What about it? Just like that they were down there.
They were the World War I helmets.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like when he kept like lifting up like the hat to see if it was like okay to go up there,
Mhm.
they used to do that so that they could see whether people would shoot at them or whether or not they could go up like no man's land.
Yeah. What was that area that's in between that?
No man's land.
No man's land. Yeah. So they went through that, even though it was basically a suicide mission to do that. Yeah, that was good. So, what do you guys think about how that was shown like on regular TV? Is that weird to think about?
A little bit.
A little bit.
I wouldn't want to see it.
You don't have to write anything yet. We're gonna get to that in a minute.
Okay.
So
Is that working?
Oh yeah, I just haven't done it yet. So while we're going through this stuff about World War I propaganda, I want you guys to think about what type of propaganda you think is the most effective for you personally, and also for like the American public in general. And then also, well, that goes into the second question. So the slides that we're about to do, it's just a like little sentence or whatever talking about the different types of propaganda that we're going over. So just make sure you write what's on the bullet point, and y'all will be good if you do that. So the first type that we're going to talk about is bandwagon propaganda. This is, I think, a lot of times whenever you think about propaganda, the most basic one that comes to mind. So this is a technique that attempts to make you feel alone or left out of place. So the examples that I have in this PowerPoint are not just from World War I, they're from all over the place so that y'all can understand how, like over time, you're going to see them in a lot of different places, but they all have similar meanings. So in this one, this is from World War II. This guy in the middle, do y'all know who this is? Can y'all tell? Yeah.
Looks like Churchill.
Yeah, so this is Churchill, and then back here is where all the soldiers are. So he's saying, who's absent? Is it you? So he's trying to make you feel like you're out of place if you're not enlisted in the military. Yeah.
Wasn't he the like minister of the Navy?
He was the Prime Minister of Great Britain during World War II.
Oh wait, this is World War II. Sorry, thought we were still on World War I.
We are, but like the examples that are throughout this PowerPoint are like different. So the second type is called glittering generalities. This one is kind of just a good slogan sort of thing that really makes you want to take whatever product that they're trying to sell you. So like this top one for McDonald's, it says creamy, dreamy, icy, chocolatey. So there's not really a clear message in that, but you know that they're trying to get you to buy this, whatever it is, coffee mocha thing.
And it works.
And then this bottom one here about Coke is talking about how, everything goes better with Coke, so obviously you're going to want to get it, but it's not specifically saying that. And then plain folks is the third one we're going to talk about. So this is appealing to just the everyday type of person. And it's going to use common language. It's going to use things that everyday people relate to. So not something that, this CEO guy who is super rich, super educated, whatever, talking down to people, but it's going to be on a very similar basis to where, like, if I was talking to somebody that was on the same level as me and understanding where I was coming from. So this top example up here is this woman she's trying to convey to you that if she can find her job, then you can too. So she's trying to, relate to you and help you understand that you can find your job in the war. And then this bottom one we figured out. I didn't realize this is Brett Favre, right? So he's in this advertisement for Wrangler jeans, and he's just chilling on his truck with a dog in really relaxed clothes. And at the bottom, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says you can count on Wrangler. So it's trying to just make it very clear that obviously Wrangler is the type of jeans that you're going to want to wear if you just want to relax and have a good time, and I guess be Brett Favre on the daily. The next type is called testimonial. So this is where you're going to have somebody who you respect or you look up to or is a role model, and they're going to want to endorse your product or your idea. And so that is going to in turn give credibility to the product because you have someone famous or somebody credible endorsing that. So here you have Taylor Swift drinking Diet Coke. So obviously people are going to want to drink Diet Coke if T Swift is doing that. So. And if I'm going too fast for you guys, just let me know and I can go back to a slide or whatever you need. The next kind is called card stacking. So this is when you use only part truths or favorable evidence to form an argument. So if you tell your mom that you're going to the store, but you're also going to stop by your friend's house and do whatever and go hang out with them, you're not lying to her, but you're only telling her the part truth to make it more likely that she's going to, let you go or be okay with it. So this top one over here is making it seem like this guy who's enlisted in the Navy is super happy and that it's a really good opportunity to be in the Navy. But it doesn't talk about, the really rough parts of being in the Navy, like being stuck on a boat for however long that you're in service or anything like that. And then down here, the Sunchips advertisement. I don't know if you guys can read it, but it has like a whole bunch of different facts about Sunchips. It says less salt, 30% less fat. So all of these good things that are going to make it more likely for you to buy Sunchips and eat them. Transfer is the next type. So this one really just focuses on associating something with another symbol that's positive. So it's going to make you also in your mind think that it's positive. So it's going to relate it to each other. So this top one, or this one on the left, I guess, since a lot of times people were scared of enlisting in the Army or the Navy or whatever, they're trying to associate it with Coke and saying that militant men drink Coca-Cola. So since everybody likes Coke, they're trying to make it seem like it's a lot better to associate the two so that it's not as bad. And then Obama, I'm sure a lot of you have seen this down here. He has, his face plastered on a poster that says hope at the bottom. So obviously if you look at that, you're going to associate Obama and what he stands for and hope. So that's going to be effective in his campaigning too. Name calling. This isn't as, I don't think it's as prominent today as it has been in the past. I think this kind of stuff is a lot more subtle now. But so this is just labeling or associating someone or something in a negative way. So this one is from World War II. And if you guys look at it, can you tell who, this is going to be the easiest one. Can you tell who this is? Hitler? Yeah, what makes you see that?
The stash.
The stash. Yeah. Yeah, the hair and the stash. And he's also got a swastika over here, if you can see that. And then this is the leader of Japan. You can tell with his eyes. They're kind of... Do what?
You're a human.
Yep, there you go. And then this is Mussolini from Italy. So all of them are associated as pigs and just, terrible humans, I guess, which they are. But, so that's name calling. Name calling and dehumanizing the enemy, this next one we're going to talk about, are kind of similar. One thing that we're going to talk about even more whenever we do our gallery walk later is that a lot of these techniques, you can use multiple ones in the same piece of propaganda. So just because something is using the bandwagon technique doesn't mean that it can't use dehumanizing the enemy or anything like that. So this one is portraying the enemy as monsters or inhumane. So it's just taking that human factor out of your enemy, because if you don't view somebody as a human, then it's going to make it a lot easier to be mean to them and to, in times of war like this, to be able to kill them without thinking about it, and make that a lot easier, because obviously that takes a toll on people. So this one right here is from World War I. So it says, destroy this mad brute and enlist in the U.S. Army. So this woman right here, it can be representative of two different things. Some people say that it's representative of democracy and how it's innocent and how it's good, because women were oftentimes associated with that kind of stuff too. And then the other thing is that it can be associated with just America in general, and how the Central Powers were threatening her and her livelihood, I guess. And then this one over here on the right, it says beat back the Huns with Liberty Bonds. So up here you can tell that they're trying to make the Huns seem like they're monsters, and they just look really scary up here. And they're trying to make it seem like they're going to attack you, and so that you'll buy Liberty Bonds and invest in the war so that they can have money to be able to fund, things like guns and food and supplies and different things like that. So the next one is emotional appeal. This is the ads that you see, like the ASPCA commercials with all the dogs and everything like that, that make you cry and want to go adopt them. And then they also use women and children in these. So right here, you can tell this first one over here is a woman and her child, and so this is from World War II. So this scary looking hand is the Germans, and then this is the Japanese. So these obviously look really scary, and they're trying to make you fearful that like your mom or your sister or your wife or whoever are going to get attacked by the Germans and the Japanese. And then this one down here is also from World War II. But if you can tell, the shadow that it's talking about is a swastika, and so these children are trying to avoid that, trying to avoid the darkness that comes with that, the German power and stuff like that. The last one that we're going to talk about is patriotic appeal. This one's probably, I think, the easiest to kind of get. So this is appealing to the citizens' civic duty and a prompt patriotic response. So how many of you guys have seen this one before? Yeah, pretty much everybody. So what is Uncle Sam associated with? The military?
Yeah.
Anything else? Just America in general,
Yeah.
maybe? Yeah. And then, so they're obviously wanting you to enlist, it says it right here, but the big thing that I think a lot of us can relate to is that during wartime, you would sit there and you'd be in your home and you would hear things on the radio or hear people talking in the street, and they would be talking about enlisting, and you would just sit there and be like, well, somebody else will do it. Somebody else will enlist, and I don't actually have to do it. But this ad is super direct. He's actually pointing at you and looking at you and putting that responsibility directly on you and not letting you kind of pawn it off on somebody else. And then this one over here is from World War II. When the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, obviously everybody was pretty mad about it. They didn't really like that another country was harming our naval base. So that's going to prompt a response to be able to defend America. Okay. So that's all you're going to write down for notes. What we're going to do next You guys can see some of them. Oh, whoops. Some of the pieces of propaganda are taped up around the room, and then there's some out here when you go out in the lobby to the left. I'm going to hand out this sheet of paper. What you're going to do is there's, I think, 8 of them. I only have 6 columns. 6 columns on this sheet that I'm giving you, but I want you guys to just flip it over on the back, or you can do it at the bottom. There's a little bit of room. And you're going to go through each one of these pieces of propaganda and write down identifying characteristics. So just, different things that are going to make you remember it and be able to talk about it. And then the next part is the appeal. So make sure you have your notes with you. And so the answer to that one is either going to be one of those that we talked about in the PowerPoint. And you can also do multiple ones, like we were talking about. So write down all the ones that you can think about. And then the effect of the appeal, make sure that you take it one step further. You can't just say, oh, this one's patriotic. Take it one step further and describe why it's patriotic and how it makes you feel as you're looking at the poster. So you're going to have about like 20-ish minutes to be able to complete that. And then just come back in here. Make sure you don't all go like to the same one, like spread out around the room and do that. Does anybody have any questions? You good? So.
3 out there? 4 out there. 4 out there.
Yeah, there's 4 out there.
Stop, stop.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You know, take like a folder or something hard and begin so you can write on it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You and Abel, y'all are walk together. Hand in hand.
We are together.
Oh, there you go, Miss Snyder. Oh, we did Miss Snyder.
Oh.
I bet.
Oh no.
Paul Bunyan, he's knocking on the tree down. It's okay, it's okay.
Oh my gosh, we come out of this.
There we go.
Unsock it.
Planted it.
Oh, wow.
It's like, what did you do?
You're talking about this one?
Yeah.
A lot of people in the other class had not an issue with this, but I think because it wasn't as specific, just think about how you can, pretty much like all of these, you can apply them in some way.
Okay, so there's no wrong answer?
No, like this is not something that, you just have to be able to back up your answer. Does that make sense?
So, should I just find characteristics and just describe it?
Yeah, just like what you see. Like American flag or whatever helps you kind of remember it, so that when we're going over them later, we can talk about it.
Does appeal these things?
Yeah, the different like. Uh-huh.
So for this one where it's like saying madness is caused by like hunger, I did like emotional or playful feel because I feel like when they're playing people will start.
Okay.
But it's also emotional because the mother and the child is in it.
Yeah, it can be multiple. Yeah, and we're gonna talk about
Oh,
it
it's right there.
all together whenever everybody's done.
Kind of.
What? Okay. She's crazy. I think you're crazy.
What's funny is you. That's what last year. And probably next year.
Probably next year. That's what she said last year, and then you're like, oh,
Ding ding, here you are.
oh, you're not gonna fail the class, Daniel. I got you this
Can I get water?
Are y'all okay on here?
Yes,
Appeal, do we put like a type like propaganda?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's 4 in here and 4 out there. So you'll go to the left out there and they're out there.
Understand that they're responsible for the learning and labor aspect. And so they just want to get by. So,
Did you need help with something or you just? Okay, what do you need?
I don't know what you mean.
Okay. Wait, are you trying to do
This one.
just like in general?
Yeah, I don't know what this means. Is that like immigrants? Like that? I don't know.
So yes and no. You can do identifying characteristics real quick. Like, what do you see?
I don't know. There's like
You don't know?
there's like people and like I
Yeah.
guess they're immigrants. I don't know if they're
Okay.
immigrants or not.
Well, you can write there's people. What's in the background?
In the appeal or whatever.
No, the identifying characteristics.
Oh, there's people.
What else
And
is in
there's
the
like the
background?
flag and
Yeah.
there's like the Titanic or something. I don't know.
Titanic. I mean, kind of shit. Maybe not write the Titanic, but.
whoa!
What's up, Sheldon? See
Okay.
Clemson playing them big dog Wofford. Clemson's playing them.
What? Do your work?
I'm doing my work. I'm working diligently.
This place would rock without kids.
Oh my goodness.
So for appeal, do you have your notes with you?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea what you think that would
Good?
look
What do you
like?
want to know?
You're looking at me.
I'm just
No, you're like intimidating me.
genuinely interested.
No, you're intimidating me. It makes me feel intimidated, Miss Matters.
Keep
Good.
that up.
Makes me feel dumb because he's so smart.
You haven't even said anything.
No, it's intimidating.
Take your time, look at it closely. There's always something
This is
a
garbage.
little more
I
involved.
can't read it.
Yeah.
I can't read it. See? Did you use your teeth? Like. No, I was working on my left hand.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Have a lovely day.
You too. Okay, so for
Yes, I can't believe that.
it's probably Plain Folks, right? Yeah, it's Plain Folks because like a lot of immigrants in like the States or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just shooting to shoot.
No, yeah,
at
you're
this
good.
point. We're gonna go with that. That's a good answer.
Okay. So, okay, let me ask you this. Why do you think they have a flag in there?
It's America.
Okay, so if there's a flag, what does that make you think?
Freedom.
America? Yeah, freedom. Okay. Would you say that's patriotic?
Yeah, I guess. You said it could be more than one though. right?
Yeah, you can have multiple ones.
All right, cool.
So. Does that make it easier?
Yeah, okay.
Are y'all doing okay with this one? Okay. This one's been kind of confusing for some people.
This
so
one, yeah, it's still. We
It's
said
just super broad.
Yeah,
so
we
that's
said
why.
like plain folks, but I think it could be like a few of them.
Yeah, you can write down multiple ones, and we'll talk about them too.
All right.
I think I have like 3 or 4 written down for that one maybe. So.
What is this
Are you going out there? Listen. Y'all finish? Yes. So for this one, I think it's over there. Think about like what if people in a country are mad, what is that gonna do? Does that make any sense? No? Hang on. I got it different. So if people in a country are like hungry and in poverty and that kind of stuff, there's obviously going to be a lot more conflict in that country. So what is that conflict going to probably lead to?
Lead to war.
Yes. Yeah. So just think about that and maybe write that down real quick too.
That's that last part. If you want to edit that out.
Great job, Captain.
It was during the war. Yeah. It was school.
bathroom. How you doing? Yeah, right. Yes, you can.
Are you guys all done with all of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys about done? Okay. Y'all are good. You have plenty of time. I was just wondering. Which appeal did you use for the, even the one with the dogs on it, like the bulldogs and stuff?
Yeah, I'll just use Patreon.
Patriotic? I was just wondering, that one's gonna have a lot of them, so I was just wondering what everybody was doing.
That's neat. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Well, as soon as the first day of
Oh my gosh.
You go to Athens, you would like.
You know he's taking his fingers, so he might play the ball.
He's faking it?
His arms, his hands not actually hurt. It's actually.
Yes.
We're not putting it.
What?
We gotta-
We're finishing up.
Where is this on? I'll go back.
I'll tell him about this again. Chose a bulldog for a reason.
The English bulldog.
The English bulldog. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Look, I should sit there and just say, I wonder if I know what's He was like, take a paper out of the pen. Just like random scribbles.
Is that everybody? No, last two.
Yeah.
Did anybody else go to the bathroom or anything? Am I missing
I
anybody?
don't think so.
Okay. We're good. Okay. Okay, so y'all did this thing over here with the different causes of World War I, right? Yesterday? How many of you said nationalism was the main cause of it? You did?
And Sydney
You're the only one? Okay. What about imperialism?
Oh, okay, so I'm by myself.
It's okay. Okay, so you guys.
I
Did you?
stand by my beliefs.
Peer pressure.
That's right.
What about alliance systems? What is this thing?
That was the
Okay, that was a lot of them.
biggie in this class.
That's like direct.
Okay. And then militarism. Okay. Do you guys think that the people who are making propaganda would have kind of figured out what the American public thought was the main cause and would have made propaganda reflect that?
That's what I would have done.
Really? So like since, what was it, alliance systems is what most of y'all thought? So I guess they would have, if it was, the entire population was this class, they would have made propaganda that reflected that. Alright. So the first one that we're going to go over these, the first one we're going to go over is the one, I think it's outside, the one of Uncle Sam that we kind of already talked about. What did you guys put for the appeal for that one? Patriotic?
Testimony.
Yeah? And testimonial? Or testimonial?
Patriotic, testimony.
Mm-hmm.
I put bandwagon too.
You put bandwagon? Why'd you guys put bandwagon?
This says you. You is like signaling you out.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Why did you guys put testimonial? Uncle Sam?
He's a trusted figure.
True.
Some big dude.
Big dude.
Yeah, I remember Looney Tunes when he's with Porky the pig.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about, but
You
yeah.
know what I'm talking about.
Okay. So obviously, if you have Uncle Sam looking at you, then that's going to make you feel kind of bad. I didn't think about it being bandwagon. See, this is what, like, you guys are going to, when we're talking about these, if you have something else that nobody else has said, say it out loud, because I promise you there's not a wrong answer as long as you can back it up. So if you have evidence, then you're good. Did you guys feel like that one was effective?
Well,
Probably.
it's still
Probably.
You still see it around today.
I mean,
Yeah.
Toby Keith made a song about it, so.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah? Okay, so you guys think that one was effective?
Yeah, definitely.
For you, at least?
For back then, probably.
Back then. So would you have enlisted in the Army if you looked at that?
If I was,
Back then?
yeah, if it was like World War, definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe it would definitely make me consider it more.
Okay, so the second one we're going to talk about is the one that's over here. It's the woman in the Navy uniform. It's over there? Yeah? What did you guys put for appeal? Bandwagon.
Yeah, bandwagon.
Just bandwagon? Anybody else have anything? Yeah? Patriotic? Why did you guys say it was bandwagon specifically?
If you're a band, is when they're
Yeah? Why do you think they did that?
because only men can
Embarrassed.
Yeah? So why was it embarrassing?
Because she was man enough to be annoying and make a guy.
Yeah? Would that make you feel worse if a woman back then was in the army?
Back then,
Yeah? So do you think that one was effective then?
I'd assume so, yeah,
Probably? Yeah?
Because everything back then was being the biggest man.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to let it
Yeah?
so like you don't want to be alone.
I feel like if I was a man and looked at that, then I'd feel kind of attacked.
Definitely.
And I would probably have enlisted in the Navy because it probably would have made me mad.
That's strongly propaganda technique the Marine recruiter here uses.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
He's really aggressive.
So do you think more aggressive propaganda was more effective?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Every arm.
Because if it's not, you can kind of just ignore it without
That's true.
feeling worse.
Yeah? I feel like though sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be aggressive if it appeals to your emotions. though.
Yeah.
Like this one that we're going to talk about next. Or, did you have something to say? No. You're good? Okay. This one that's on the back file cabinet with the dad and his kids and everything, the family. What did you guys say for that one?
Plain folks and bandwagon.
Plain folks and bandwagon. Okay. Is there anything else? I had transfer and emotional. Oh, yeah. What'd you have? Sorry.
I had emotional and
Oh, yeah.
Plain folks and emotional. Why do you guys think it was emotional?
Because it's like, you gotta do it for your kids.
I'm like, God, I didn't mean that.
Yeah? Because what are they asking him back there? Did y'all notice that?
Did you do anything in the Great War? Or something like that?
Yeah.
Did you do in the Great War?
So if your kids were asking you what you did in the Great War and you didn't have anything to tell them,
It'd be pretty sad.
yeah?
I guess.
It'd be kind of embarrassing, wouldn't it? Because like everybody else, like if they're talking to their friends and their friends' dads are talking to them and, telling them all these great heroic things. Oh my gosh. Telling all these like great heroic stories and then you don't have any to tell your kids. That's
At
gonna,
least I have kids.
oh my gosh.
Just make it up, maybe.
Just make it up. But then you'd be lying to them. That's not good either.
Why? Who knows?
I captured the entire country of Germany.
Single-handedly?
It just literally
Just
started
you.
kids like, just
Okay. Oh my gosh.
If I was caught, I believe it.
dude, like,
So do you
go
guys?
home, your kids say, yeah, my dad captured the entire country of Germany by himself.
Oh my
Dude, think how proud your kid would be.
But then they'd be a liar, and then they would look stupid.
But he would feel amazing.
Like if you walked in here and told me that your dad
He
captured
would-
all of Germany, I would say you're a liar.
He would feel amazing. The kid would feel amazing for a short period.
Until he
of
got
time.
made fun of.
Until he got.
There you go.
And then he learned a valuable life lesson.
There you go. I guess
Not
that's
to
true.
believe in everything.
Anyways, so do you guys think that that one was effective at all?
I would say.
No.
No?
I would say
Okay.
yeah, because everybody had a family and that appeals to your like
They wanna do
whole
something
family
for your
kind of
kids.
Yeah. I mean that's a matter of opinion. I don't personally think that it's super effective, but that's also just my opinion. Y'all can have different opinions because it's going to affect you in different ways. That's the purpose of having different types of propaganda too, so you can appeal to different people. Does everybody get everything written down for that one? You can add stuff in there too. I forgot to mention that earlier. The fourth one we're going to talk about is the one that was out here with the bulldogs on it. Y'all know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, the British
I
one.
can show you all in a second. This one? Yeah? What'd you say the appeal was?
I thought that was glittering generals because it's just are we afraid of aliens? So there wasn't no true message to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like I think that was just appealing to like, people who are gonna join the war like men, like they don't ever want to be afraid of anything. So it was more like just like ego back then.
Mhm.
Doing it.
Yeah. Do you think that with the glittering generalities types of propaganda that it necessarily, like, does it have to have words to have a clear message? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. I think that words in a both, they don't have to be very clear.
Mm-hmm.
They both can be clear and like very unclear.
Yeah.
But I think that it takes both of them to evoke an emotion
Mm-hmm.
and evoke an action. So like even though there might be like a clear image, a lot of people don't take the time to look at the image and think about what it means.
That's
and
true.
then just like go with the emotion that it evokes. And I think that goes through just evoking emotion
Mm-hmm.
of like an ego wanting to defend themselves through like their ego.
Yeah. So I think that would also play. Did anybody else write down patriotic for that one? Yeah, y'all did. So, what do you guys think of when you think of a bulldog?
Scary.
Scary?
Marines and Britain.
Marines in Britain. Okay.
Winston Churchill,
Why do you think of Churchill?
because that's what he was.
He was a bulldog? Okay.
He's jealous.
So, like, bulldogs are obviously not going to back down. They're going to fight. They're not just going to sit there and crumble under pressure. So that's one thing, or one reason that they use bulldogs instead of, I don't know, like some little chihuahua on that poster, because if they would have used a chihuahua, that wouldn't have been very effective.
I don't know, Chihuahuas are vicious.
From Mexico, that didn't
That's true. But, so, did you guys catch what was written on each of the little
It's
bulldogs?
like their colonies.
It was like places in
Okay, wait, pause. I can't hear any of you. Yeah?
What's all the names and countries of the Central Coast?
Mm-mm.
It was the British Empire or something.
Yeah, so it was it's their colonies, and it was called the Commonwealth, if you guys haven't heard that. Yeah, the British Commonwealth. So it has South Africa, India, what was it?
Australia.
Australia,
At
yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
Jamaica.
So, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but so where they are on the flag, they're like spaced out on each of the corners. So since it's the British flag, they're going to make sure that it, like the flag stays strong, and that they're not going to, because if the flag comes up, then that kind of insinuates that they're getting weaker and that they're going to go down. So since like these colonies are on each of the corners, they're going to strengthen them and help them rather than be kind of a thorn in their side during World War I. So the next one we're going to talk about is this one that's in the left window over here. The one that has the women and children, and it says, I think hunger is madness or something like that. Hunger breeds madness. What did you guys say the appeal was for that one?
Emotional.
Emotional? Okay. Anything else?
No,
Just emotional? Why did you guys say emotional?
Because it was like that, you know, when kid.
Does that make you emotional?
I mean, it's sad.
It's sad. Yeah.
You could argue testimonial.
Could argue what?
Testimonial.
Why do you say that?
Just because it's like what people would do, like a common person as like a respectable person who would want to take care of their family
Mm-hmm.
and their children, but due to the circumstances of war and problems that other people create, they can't do it. So you could argue testimonial.
Yeah.
I did testimonial, I did plaintiff, because common man, the effects of like the common man,
Mhm.
how they don't fight, stuff like that, and then
Yeah.
argue those.
Sure. I was telling a couple of you guys as I was walking around, but the thing about these and the different techniques is that you can apply them, like me and Skip could look at the same thing and we could come up with two completely different things, but as long as we can back it up, it's fine. I know I've said that before, but like, one thing that I want you guys to get from this one though is that the words on it says hunger breeds madness. So what do you guys think, like what does hunger have to do with madness? Communism. Okay.
Angry.
Angry. Yeah. So if you have a country who all of their people is in poverty, they're homeless, they don't have any food. Yeah.
Like, hunger, like, breeds, like, desperation.
Mhm.
Because if you think about it, after World War I, like, Germany was going through the economic downfall, like, all the time. And because they didn't have any money or food, that's when Hitler came along and was like, if you only I'll help you, I'll bring clothing, feed you. But in order to do that, you have to apply these, like, rules.
Mhm.
So it's like, they're like, you have to make sure that, you're fighting a war, you want people to go hungry, people to go poor, that they won't conspire to like another side and fight against you.
Yeah. So if your people are hungry and weak, a lot of times they end up resorting to conflict, and conflict obviously ends up in war. So this is really trying to get at the fact that if we want to avoid war and avoid these terrible things that are happening, then we have to take care of our people and make sure that they're healthy and able to operate on their best level. The next one we're going to talk about is the one that was out here. It was like a huge line. I have it right here. Huge line of people. Know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What did you guys say for that one?
Bandwagon.
Okay, hang on. Pause. Randall, what did you say?
Bandwagon and flame pole.
And plain folks? Deshaun?
Bandwagon.
Bandwagon? Anybody else have anything else? Okay, I think those were the three that I had written down. Deshaun, why'd you say bandwagon?
Because like people, when you think about bandwagon, that's what I think about. Like your line of people, like
When
just
you're not in
keep
your spot?
following, keep
Like
going.
saying-
Yeah.
Yeah?
You could do just because, you know, say there's like stepping into your place, step into your place, and they're kind of like inadvertently calling out anybody who hasn't like signed for the war or signed up for an effort,
Yeah?
and they're like, well, if you haven't done it, this is like, this is
Mhm. That's true. Did you guys pay attention to the types of people that were in line?
Minors. Workers.
Minors?
Working
Yeah.
There are like some like judges and
Mhm.
class people.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of different types. So why do you think they did that?
So it appeals to everyone. It's like, hey, you need to.
Broad
Everyone's
audience.
doing it.
Mhm.
Everyone.
Yeah, everybody's doing their part. So just because you're a minor doesn't mean that you're not, yeah, you can still enlist in the war. I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, they're good. Did you guys notice any, like there were farmers in here too, that I actually just noticed. I didn't notice this until now. So he has his pitchfork, and then it's like there's this break where all of a sudden they have guns, yeah, guns and uniforms. And if you'll pay attention, this guy right here actually still isn't in uniform, but everybody else has him, or is. So I think that's kind of interesting. Do you guys think that one would have made you want to enlist?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
No? Deshaun said no.
I guess it wasn't strong enough for him.
Yeah, not aggressive enough? Is that what the issue is?
I guess so.
Okay.
He likes aggressive.
Okay.
Like,
Another thing, hey guys. Another thing that you can also think about is that there were a whole bunch of different positions, not only obviously different jobs that were in everyday life, but in the Army and in the Navy and everything else. Does anybody know any of like the specific jobs that are in the Army?
medic, welder.
Welder, yeah. So you can apply these different types of skills that you have outside of like the military into the war effort and to be able to help in your own different way. So we only have two more, I think, right? Yeah. The next one that we're going to do is this one back here with the flag and like the family kind of thing. What did you guys say for that one? Patriotic. This one I think was a little bit kind of different, I guess. Why did you guys say patriotic? Like what in it makes you feel patriotic?
The flag.
The flag.
They say something like
Plain folks?
Liberty, something about liberty.
Why do you think that?
Well,
They're poor.
Hello. Anyways, so yeah, there's a family that's right here, and then the flag in the background, and
supposed to be like immigrants or something? Like,
I don't know, that's what I'm saying.
so it could be, but it's also appealing to the flame folks and just talking about like a family in general too. and it's talking about buying government bonds. So those are the things that would invest in the war and give the government money to be able to buy supplies.
What does it say on the top?
It says, "Remember the flag of liberty, support it."
Yeah, that's what made me think it was
Patriotic, yeah. That message is pretty patriotic, I guess. Do you guys think it was kind of emotional too, and bandwagon
Yeah.
because of that? Yeah. Okay. So there's that one. The last one we're gonna do is, I'm pretty sure it was out here. It has the miners on it.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Yeah. What did you guys have for that one? Transfer. Okay, that's new. I don't have that one. Why did you say transfer?
I can't remember what it said.
It's like making the minus show that there's
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember why I wrote it.
You don't remember?
But I know that I did for a reason.
Okay. So that one, it made the soldiers realize that, oh gosh, how soldiers? Oh, so obviously, did you want to say something? Okay. Obviously, if there's a whole bunch of guys that are minors, or in any profession really, that are going to serve in the military, somebody's got to pick up their slack while they're at home. So that piece of propaganda was kind of appealing to the people who were at home to be able to support the miners while they left to go defend their country. So they needed somebody to kind of pick up behind them and be able to support them, because they still needed coal during the war. Just because war's going on, you can't just stop that and stop that production. So, okay. The next thing we're going to do is I want you guys to turn the chart over. So on the back, I want you guys to write a paragraph, so like 4 to 5 sentences about what type of propaganda appeals to you the most and why. And then another paragraph that talks about what technique appeals to the American public the most.
Can we choose multiple ones for each? Or just one?
Yes.
I have a couple.
Yeah. Just make sure you have evidence to back it up.
All right.
Yeah, you're going to turn in all of it at the end of class.
Brian, the 2020 mock draft of my little boss was so great.
I'm gonna give y'all like 2 more minutes. Hey guys, I'm gonna give y'all like 2 more minutes to finish up your paragraphs, and then I want you guys to talk about which one you thought was the most effective.
I originally did the Disney drafted from that Drew Lee thing where they did. Yeah, the Drew Lee thing.
You ready to talk?
Where's he playing at now, like Australia or something?
Yeah.
So we're not there yet, but there's an ad, political ad that I'm gonna be showing you guys, and from the Johnson administration, it's for his reelection. 1960, actually his election, 1964. It's essentially the height of the Cold War and the fear of nuclear warfare. And it is using some of these propaganda techniques. It's very in your face. So we'll be kind of relating back to today once we get there in about a month with the LEJ's administration. But it's called the DAISY ad. You may have watched it in Science, maybe not, but hopefully you've not, so I can shock and awe you when I put that up. So it's a doozy. Do what? Yeah, I'm gonna put it up there. It's like a 30-second advertisement. We're not gonna do it today. When we get there. You gotta understand the backstory.
All right, is everybody done? Yeah. Okay. So, which technique do you guys feel is the most effective
For us or
for you, like personally?
bandwagon?
Patriotic.
Okay. Pause. Wait.
Bandwagon.
Wait. Time out. Skip. Why?
Bandwagon, personally, being singled out or like called out makes me feel like guilty and lazy, and makes me want to do something about. Because I feel bad about myself almost in a way,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what makes me want to do whatever it calls to action.
Okay. Who's next? There's like 5 of y'all talking at once. Come on.
Nobody needs to explain.
You were very-
Oliver, I got you.
I just wrote this song down.
you were very adamant. So, here.
Patriotic.
Because I'm proud to be an American.
Did you just write down that song?
I'm a lot. Is this the song?
So if you lived If you lived in a different country, do you think you'd be as patriotic? No? Why?
Because most other countries are like communist, so.
They're not America, right?
Okay.
Take my freedom.
Who's next? Anybody?
Randall, you go.
Why not?
I don't want to.
Okay.
I put like bandwagon.
Okay. Is it like same reason as Skip or different?
I put like more or less because like I think it's the most effective. Not for me.
Just in general?
Because like it's just like not everybody wants to have their own thought.
Oh.
Just kind of follow
That's
what else
true.
is doing, what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
So it's like
Pretty good.
So not for you, but for America.
I kind of just do my own thing. So I don't really care.
It appeals to your personality. Yeah.
That's really good.
That come
Anybody else? Can I get one more person?
Till then, yeah.
I got you.
Okay.
I wrote down patriotic and bandwagon because like they kind of go together in a way. And because like I feel like everyone else is doing it and doing it for America, and I feel like sort of like I'm not helping out my country. It's sort of like patriotic, I guess, too.
Yep. Can you talk a little louder? I can't hear you because of that thing.
It's because I don't think that, just we as people, other people know that we're not doing the right things just for others.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it goes through the words like, or it's like, are you Ukraine and stuff, and it's just saying, that they're kind of like appealing to the Lincoln emotion, that we don't want to be Ukraine, we don't want to not join this, we should do this.
That's true. That's good. Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening to me and being good. This, I don't know if this matters. Do you want to tell them about that?
Oh, yes, sorry.
No, you're good.
Last 5 minutes. So, I don't know if you guys know this. You may have